Welcome to my safe haven. So the video that I am about to post, I made about 2 years ago on this channel. But A, because I have way more subscribers, thank you so much, than I did then. And then also because same day, different script, same day, different cast. The more things change, the more things stay the same. With everything going on with the racism regarding Halle Bailey being cast as Ariel in The Little Mermaid, and the hashtag not my Ariel going around, the viral reaction videos of little black girls reacting to the trailer, people being racist against there being black dwarves and elves and the hobbits and the Lord of the Rings of Power, people being upset about black people being in Game of Thrones House of Dragon. I feel like this video is definitely an appropriate time to repost. And so for those of you that haven't seen it, hopefully you enjoy it. If you've seen it already, it might be a good time to just rewatch it. And regardless, hopefully you like, share, watch, comment, interact for the all gay rhythm. And so yeah, here's the video. I feel like between the wildfires, COVID, murder hornets, and now you got protests going on all around America and the world, maybe 2020 will end up being one of the most important years in modern American history. Maybe this is the year that people, specifically white America, finally wake up. 2020 vision, baby. We'll see. So this video is going to be a lot more laid back than all my other videos because I'm not really doing the reviews. It's more just me having a simple discussion. And honestly, I wanted to do this video last week, but because of everything that was going on in the world, specifically in America, like honestly, I just had no motivation or drive to make a YouTube video. Like even now as I'm recording, I had to force myself to record and make this video because this is a video that I did want to make. And before I make any other new video reviewing other things, I feel like especially with what's going on now, this is a video that I feel like I needed to make. Not only just because of what's going on in the world now, but also because a little over 2 weeks ago, I made a review for the new Disney Pixar short on Disney Plus called Out. You can click the link for that up here. And it was basically dealing with the subject matter of coming out to your parents as gay. It was the first Disney Pixar property starring and about a gay man. And while yes, this might be a shocker to some of you, but I am gay, and also turns out I'm black. Also, by the way, I also like comic books. I would have thought people would have known that based on my screen name, but apparently not. But anyway, so because of all that, I decided to review the short film. And oh my God, my comment section on that video blew up, and not necessarily in a good way. Here are some examples. Tattooed Addict called me and a bunch of other commentators fucking faggots. Wally Iverson said Pixar is degenerate child indoctrination. Pretty sure he meant indoctrination, but something you learn being on the internet a lot is usually the most racist people or the people leaving racist comments, they can't spell and have no concept of grammar. David Halawi said, kids watch this. It's disgusting. Kids will be confused. And basically it was comments like this and another comment that I got on my review of Justice League Apocalypse War, which you can click the link for that up here. And this is from a guy named Error Army who said, why WTF would you name yourself Black Gay Comic Geek? You're mad stupid. You're a faggot. Don't put your sexuality on social media. You make black people look bad. Black people aren't gay, which shocked me because I'm like, oh, maybe I need to hand in my black card because I'm black, I'm gay, and I like reading comics. And so yeah, it was comments like those on my last couple of videos, plus talking to my friends in my personal life, and then compounded with everything that's currently going on in America right now, that made me feel like I needed to make this video, basically as it's titled, Why Black Gay Comic Geek and Why Representation Matters. So yeah, this is the video. Plus, on top of that is June, it's Gay Pride Month, so happy Pride everyone! Lena Waithe, who is a writer and actor, most people would know her from Ready Player One, she won an award at the Essence Black Women's event in 2018. In her speech, She said, and I quote, "Being born gay, black, and female is not a revolutionary event. Being proud to be a gay, black, female is." And that's essentially why I wanted to call myself Black Gay Comic Geek, especially as I jump into public spaces and putting myself more out there online. I wanted all of my identities to be front and center. Identities that are often marginalized in nerd spaces, especially when it comes to cosplaying, which is how I started my online identity in the first place. Like, most Comic-Cons and nerd conventions usually cater to straight white men. Even if you look on Instagram at a bunch of pages that feature cosplayers, most of the cosplayers that they feature are white women and men or Asian women, but very rarely will you see them feature black men or black women unless it's like Black History Month. And so one time at New York Comic Con, just for the hell of it, I wanted to dress up as the Phoenix from the X-Men. I didn't think anything of it. I like the character of Jean Grey, and more specifically, I like the character of the Phoenix Force, a cosmic entity that in many ways, just like Thor's hammer, will empower a person if they're powerful enough and strong enough and worthy enough to contain and maintain its essence within them. And I remember when I posted that on Instagram, I remember getting this particular comment from a person, and it still sits with me to this day. They said, "Not gonna lie, seeing a black gender-bent Phoenix looking awesome is kind of inspirational. Was just thinking how there's like no Mexican or brown skin heroes to comply." I think he meant cosplay, but then he just says, "Thanks, smiley face." And honestly, I've gotten so many comments like that throughout the years, not even just about my Phoenix cosplay, but just about me being me. A proud, gay, black man who loves to dress up as superheroes, read comics, collect action figures, put up superhero pictures on their bedroom wall, and brag about it, own lightsabers, own an Elder Wand from Harry Potter, and to boldly and proudly proclaim that I am a member of Slytherin House, the best house in Hogwarts, fight me. And I also think about this wonderful comment that I got on the Pixar review that I did from a 14-year-old who said, "I am only 14 years old, gay, and my parents are very homophobic. And so this short film means so much to me." And so co-opting and once again bringing up Lena Waithe's quote, "Being born a black gay man is not a revolutionary event. Being proud to be a black gay man is." And I'm definitely proud to be a black gay man. I wear it on my shirt. If you've seen all my other videos, you know I have a rainbow flag on my bathroom door. And it took me a while to get to this level of comfort and to be able to accept myself the way I do now. But now that I do, there's no turning back. And I do this for all the people that were looking for any type of representation in their media, in their books, in their video games, that couldn't find it. Because think about this, like, for the most part, granted, I'm nowhere close to being a celebrity or having any real level of fame, but how many out gay black celebrities do you really see that are out there? I can really only think of a small handful. And as a former cosplayer, and this was before they confirmed that Aqualad was gay, I used to say to myself, like, damn, like, there are really no black gay superheroes for me to cosplay. And just feeling that sense of exclusion could leave you feeling isolated in a world, in a medium that you love being a part of, but then at the same time feel apart from because you don't see anybody that identifies with you. And ultimately, this brings me to one of my biggest regrets in life as a creative. Now granted, in general, I don't really have that many regrets in life. Now that's not to say I haven't made any mistakes. I've made plenty of mistakes. I'm going to continue to make plenty of mistakes. I mean, hell, just recording this video alone, I'm going to be editing out a whole bunch of mistakes that I'm going to be making. But mistakes are how we grow and how we improve and how we learn better, do better, and be better. But in terms of being a creative, I'm also a writer. I don't write as much as I used to, and I don't write as much as I should. But when I was a teenager, back when you had to connect to the internet using AOL dial-up and you heard the sound, boom, 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 and you had to communicate with your friends online using AOL Instant Messenger or Yahoo Instant Messenger. There are people that are way younger than me that have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. But anyway, so I joined this website called Demonic Darla. It was a part of this larger website called Avid Gamers. And basically, it was a role-playing website where you created a character based on the rules of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But it had to be a completely original character. Like, you couldn't create a character from the show. In this world, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, just like in real life was a TV show, but Joss Whedon, he was a former watcher, and he created the show as a way to warn the world about what's going on in the world. Now, for those of you that don't watch or have no idea what Buffy the Vampire Slayer is, I probably lost you with this description, but don't worry, bear with me, you'll understand where I'm going. But anyway, so I made up a backstory for my character, again, based on the rules of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. His name was Niam Walker, and he grew up in, I don't remember where he was born and raised, but his father ended up becoming a vampire, and he had to kill his father, and his mother died, and so he wanted to have a fresh start in a new town, and so he moved to the town that this role-playing site took place. And then that was the beginning of his journey on this site. And now, even though the character didn't have my name, his name was Niam Walker, and even though his backstory had nothing to do with my life or anything like that, my father's not a vampire, my mother didn't get killed by any vampires, and I didn't have to murder my vampire father, and I'm not a warlock. But aside from that not being me, his personality and his quirks and all of that stuff was based on me. He was essentially me with powers. But despite all of that, I made the conscious decision to make him white, because basically everybody on the site was white. I would have ended up being really the only non-white character on the entire site. Despite Buffy the Vampire Slayer being one of my favorite shows, one of my biggest complaints about Buffy the Vampire Slayer was like, Buffy didn't really have any black friends. Sure, there was Kendra the Vampire Slayer, but she ended up dying on her third appearance of the show. And there were really no black series regulars on Buffy. And yeah, you eventually got J. August Richards on Angel. And despite having really never been ashamed for being black or anything like that, and I can't really remember exactly what my mindset was at 15 years old, but something in me felt like, even though he was based on me, I had to make this character a white character. And this character ended up becoming very popular on the site. Everybody wanted to role play with me, that they ended up making me an admin of the site. He got his own magic shop, and the character ended up becoming the most powerful magic user on the site. And they also gave me the opportunity to help craft and develop a lot of the major storylines that happened on the webpage. And he essentially was the Willow Rosenberg of that world. And like I said, I was 15 when I joined that webpage and when I created this character. And I'm going to be turning 35 this year, so that was almost 20 years ago. And I still think about that decision and still think about that to this day, like, damn, why didn't I make this guy black? Like, he was basically me. And the people that created the site and the admins and the people that I role play with the most, they knew I was black in real life. It's just my character wasn't. And it never really came up in conversation, like, why did you make the character white or anything like that? But me, of course, thinking about it now, part of me kind of wonders and thinks to myself, like, would the character have been as popular if I made him black or not? Would they have made me an admin? Because like I said, they knew I was black, but would that have changed the trajectory of the character? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Or how would it have looked if the most powerful person in this world was a black man? Or what if there were other POC or black people that maybe wanted to join the website but saw there were no black people in this world, and maybe that turned them off and turned them away? But maybe if they saw that there was my character who ended up being the most powerful magic user in the world, and a person that was an admin, and I was playing this black character, maybe that would incentivize more black and POC characters to join the site. And so like I said, like, as a creative, that was definitely one of my biggest regrets. And that's not to say as a black man I can't write a white character, or white characters can't write black characters. Like, I have Storm right on my wall, and for the most part, a lot of black characters that you do see and love in comics were created and written by white men. But it's definitely an experience that I do take with me and help to shape how I walk through this world as a somewhat public figure. Because truth of the matter is, you don't know who's watching you, and you never know who is perhaps being inspired by you, somebody that wants to really follow in your footsteps. Even if you're not a public figure and posting videos on YouTube or posting pictures on Instagram, and maybe you're just walking through your everyday life as a nurse or a doctor or a janitor or a McDonald's worker or whatever, you still don't know who's watching you. And it's not to say that I've been met with nothing but praise ever since I created my Black Gay Comic Geek Instagram page or YouTube page. Like, I even just showed you guys in the beginning of this video that I've been met with a bunch of negative comments, and I've been called everything from the F word to the N word. And it hasn't been just white people, it's with black people saying that, oh, me being homosexual is bondage and I'm sucking the life out of myself, or like Error Army, who's black, saying black people aren't gay, black people can't be gay, I'm stupid. Or I simply posted a photo of myself in a Green Lantern shirt with a Green Lantern ring, and I get somebody in my DM saying, oh, I never knew Green Lantern was a homo. And I get it from all sides, but guess what? Love it or hate it, I'm going to continue to do me. And I can hear some of the people saying like, oh, well, I don't need somebody to look like me to be able to identify with them. And I'm not saying that you always need to have somebody look like you or maybe have your same sexual orientation to be able to identify with them, because no, I have a photo of Doctor Strange behind me and he's one of my favorite characters, and Peter Parker Spider-Man is also one of my favorite characters. But at the same time, as a black gay man, or even just as a black man, you have no choice but to find things in other characters that you identify with, that you enjoy, because you don't really get that much in terms of representation. And that's not really a problem for white people. They see themselves in the news, they see themselves in their own neighborhoods, they see themselves in school, they see themselves in comics, books, video games, movies, television shows, name the medium, and it's littered with white people. The writer's room, boards of companies, everywhere. And to take a quote from Whoopi Goldberg, and this is actually where I got my thumbnail from, she said, well, when I was 9 years old, Star Trek came on, and I looked at it and went screaming through the house, come here, Mom, everybody, come quick, there's a black lady on television, and she ain't no maid. I knew right then and there that I could be anything I wanted to be. And I don't really think there's anything else to say after that. So yeah, guys, that's the end of this video. Please be sure to hit that thumbs up button and like this video to really help out the channel. And if this is your first time watching one of my videos, please check out the other videos on my channel. And if you like what you see, please subscribe for more and hit that bell notification button so you're alerted every single time I post a new video. And tell your friends, families, and neighbors about my channel to help me continue to grow. And as always, I'll catch you guys next time. Black Lives Matter.